Hello, everybody, and a good afternoon to you. This is Jeffrey Morlock, and I am with Key Wendell. Key is a leader, one of my very nice, very good leaders in our team with OnPassive, and he has driven up from Goldsboro, North Carolina today. He went to Kitty Hawk, did a little bit of a video there at the Wright Brothers Memorial, which he's going to be posting, I think, later on, and he is going to be explaining how the Wright brothers went there, did what they did, and how that can tie into on passive. And that's an interesting thing that I think you'll enjoy. But we're here today, Key and I are, because we are or have been, he is actively involved in healthcare. And I was, for the last 7 years, managing a DME company, a small DME company here in Little Washington. And we've seen firsthand some of the things that are happening within the healthcare field and people working in that field in specifics. The job dissatisfaction and the overworking and the many hours and what the in a lot of cases, the underpay and those sorts of things. And so we're going to be talking about that and what a difference that OnPassive can make for these people, and not only people in healthcare, but people in general that are finding themselves, out of sorts with their job and spending too much time and not having family time and stuff like that. So, Key, if you'll just start off.
Sure, yeah. Jeffrey and I were talking about healthcare, and I'm a registered respiratory therapist. I'm on my 32nd year, I believe. And I actually started training my career just down the road from where Jeffrey lives in Greenville, North Carolina, at the medical center. But healthcare has really taken a turn, and as you all can imagine, with the COVID pandemic that we're dealing with, and that's primarily what I deal a lot with. It's a respiratory pandemic, and people go into respiratory failure, and we end up hopefully not having to put you on life support and a ventilator. But if we had to, that's what I do, and unfortunately, I take you off that machine when things go bad. So just overall healthcare profession, I'm seeing just an unbelievable strain on the people that work in healthcare, from nurses to doctors, respiratory therapists, x-ray technicians, lab technicians. The whole industry has really gone through a brutal 8 months, and people are tired. I mean, it's exhausting work. And now when I do get off of work, I don't really feel like spending a lot of time with friends and family. I just want to be left alone and sleep. Which I did Friday. I got off Friday morning. I told Jeffrey I slept all day, watched a little bit of TV that evening, went back to bed, and I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I had an idea in my head. I love aviation. My father was a United States Air Force fighter pilot, and that's my passion, following those guys and supporting their cause. So I decided to ride out to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which is North Carolina's got just so much history here, but well known what happened at Kitty Hawk in 1903, the first flight, and now look at what we do. The world has gotten smaller because we can jump on a plane and go across the pond and visit and do whatever we want to do. But getting back to healthcare, I'm not a physician. I'm not an ER physician. I don't make what physicians make. But me and Jeffrey were talking about dollars and time. And I don't care what you make, when you're working. If your family wants to take Thanksgiving off and they want to go to the beach or the mountains, and you're an ER physician making whatever you make, and you're on the schedule and you can't get off, and I'm there working with you, guess what? My time is just as valuable to me as your time is to you. And your family time, the most important time we have, is with family, spending with family. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a physician. I don't care if you're a rocket scientist. I don't care if you're a brain surgeon.
And that trickles right on down too. I'd have people that have worked with me and for me in the DME. and been spending a lot of times in doctors' offices, been spending a lot of times on the second, third, fourth, and fifth floor of the hospitals, and talking to not only the interns and the doctors that are training, but the RNs and the LPNs and every other healthcare, even people in administration. And these people are they're all under stress. They're all overworked. They're all getting tired. There's too many things going on. So it's not just ER physicians. It's not just doctors, dentists, and lawyers. And the white collars, I mean, it trickles down. We're all feeling the crunch.
But everybody's time is, you may demean yourself a little bit and say, well, I don't make what a doctor makes, so my time isn't as important. No, your time is just as important to you as his time is to him
and your family.
With your family. So I don't care what you make. The issue is, how do you spend more time with your family and not having to be held back on your free time by a job? And basically all of us that work, I don't care what you do, but you work a salary or you swipe a clock or whatever, you're trading time for dollars. And your time is just as important to you as it is to any physician, any cardiac surgeon, any brain surgeon with their family. So how do we solve that? How do we rectify that? And I think we got an answer.
Yeah, OnPassive. I mean, and we've got in our membership already, which is about 250,000 strong. I mean, we have doctors and lawyers, and we have psychologists, and we have blue collar. We have every job you could think of in here representative in the GoFounders accounts or the GoFounders platform. The basics of what we're doing here, though, goes with what OnPassive wants to do, and that's provide success, provide freedom, provide more quality time for people with their loved ones, less time in the office. If you're working a 40, 50, 60-hour work week, then that begs to say, what are you doing when you're not working those? You're resting, or you're working yourself silly trying to maintain things, but your life is where your work is. OnPassive is the answer to this. OnPassive is an IT AI company that is going to be huge. It is huge right now. We are starting to go into what we call a soft launch, which will be testing the marketing and money flow programs. And it has everything. If you've got a list of things that you want to check off, if you've got that list, OnPassive can check off everything on your list. And this is something that you can build residually over time. So we want to talk to you for a few minutes about that.
Yeah, in fact, Jeffrey shared with me today, you've got a desire to go back and get your PhD.
Yeah.
I don't. I have no desire to go back to a classroom, guys. I'm done. I've given 32 years to my communities, and I've saved many lives. I'm a single guy, and I want to travel. I grew up in a military family, and I lived overseas, and there's some of those places I want to go back and visit.
Yeah.
And I tip my hat to Jeffrey who wanted to go back and get his PhD. If I did, it would be, I don't think there is a PhD for it. It would be yachting or beach sand therapy or, I don't know what you would call it, but I just have a desire to travel the world, spend time with those that I choose to spend time with, and friends and family. Fortunately, I don't have a big family due to some tragedy in my personal life, and probably why I'm in medicine. I've laid all my family to rest, and so I've got some really close friends and a few close family members that I spend time with. And that's what I want to do with my time. I want to travel the world. Red, I owe you a beer or two. And, I'm making friends, Jeffrey, all over the world. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've got people from all over that I get friends requests every day, and I have to look up where these places are. But it's a big family. It's growing. It's unbelievable. What, one a minute?
Yeah.
A person a minute is coming into this opportunity. It's global, 212 countries. Ash Mafara and his mind and the way it works and there's things we haven't even heard of that he's going to come out with that are going to make a footprint in
And there are things that we do know about that we can't share.
That's correct.
Which is absolutely fine.
But I know, it's just, it's the time factor. I'm 59 years old and got a few ticks on the clock left in this world, and there's places that I want to go see. And OnPassive is the tool that's going to provide that ability for me to go do that. So take a look, ask questions. We're an open book. Any question you have, Jeffrey's going to put a link down here. Check it out. Ask anybody. Check it out. We're not twisting any arms here. If it's for you, it's for you.
Yeah, we don't want to convince you of anything, but we want to share something with you, and that is the magic that is OnPassive. Arthur C. Clarke said it best, and I've used this more than once, where he says, and I'm paraphrasing this. So he says, basically, if you've got technology that you don't understand and it makes things happen, it's as good as magic. And that's exactly what OnPassive is. OnPassive is an AI IT company that has a magnificent platform that literally has everything in it and on it that you would ever need to have an online presence, anything that you would need for a business, anything you would need for learning or education, anything you need for employment. It's just got everything. Okay, it is a one-stop shop, everything under one roof at a very low price. And these are things that have been built from the ground up. Okay, these are things that have been built with the idea that everybody is already using these. Okay, these funnels, the webbing, webinars, domains, and just anything you could think of that you need, we've got it. It's a better version of what's out there now. It's less expensive. It's all totally automated. It's done for you. You literally do not have to do anything if you don't want to, but we do recognize it's better if you do. You'll learn why once you get in. Once you spend the $97. Don't even give it another thought.
Today. That's today. $97 today.
Because we're about ready to go into what we call the soft launch, like we had mentioned earlier, which is the testing of the money flow and the marketing programs. There will be a price increase when that happens, and that's going to be any day now. And it's going to last probably a matter of weeks, all right? The soft launch is going to be dictated, the length of it rather, will be dictated by the actual testing. So whether it's 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 months, don't worry about it, because as soon as the testing is done and we know that everything's working the way it's supposed to be, it's going to stop.
And once it stops, you will not be able to get this position, not for $970, not for $9,700,
for no price at all.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
So this opportunity that Ash is laying in front of you to come be a good founder with OnPassive, you're on the clock.
It's a shot.
You're on the clock.
It's a once in a lifetime shot for you. It's not going to come back around. And the beauty of it is you don't have to know about technology. You don't have to know about PCs, software, computers. You don't have to know about funnels or websites or nothing, okay? This is AI at its best. Ash has put a Herculean effort into making this thing over the last 2 years. It's been a journey. If you go to my website, just go to Google and Google OnPassive. There are tons. We have social medias, official social media from
just go to his YouTube channel. You can learn everything.
Oh yeah. Well, if you go to my YouTube or OnPassive Nation or just Google, there's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got official OnPassive blogs. The information's out there. We don't need to put it here now. But you need to get in. Even if you don't understand this, you need to get in and then figure it out, because you will be absolutely thrilled. It will be amazing to you. This is an opportunity that you will not see again, likely in your lifetime, but it's an opportunity that's going to afford you the chance to residually grow your income so that it is significant, and you can leave it as a legacy to your family. So we're going to put some links in the bottom. Please check us out.
Take your time back.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Doesn't matter how much you make. Doesn't matter your education level.
Doesn't matter your culture. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter what you know or what you've ever done.
No, does not matter. I think a lady came in from Papua New Guinea, can't read or write.
Yeah, most of us never even heard of Papua New Guinea.
Yeah. I was telling Jeffrey, I just learned that a World War II aviator was just, his remains were found in Papua New Guinea this week.
Who knew?
And identified. And I'm like, wow. Jeffrey, where's Papua New Guinea? But come check us out, guys. And I think that's all we got.
Thank you. Have a great OnPassive day.